Hi YouTube family. Happy weekend to each and every one of you. We had a freezing snowy night and that brings me to the mood for some delicious soup. Today I'm gonna be making some homemade chicken dumpling. It takes a little bit of a process, but once you do it yourself, you will know what you're adding to it and you'll enjoy it so much. And I can't keep this secret from my YouTube family. I have to share it. So in here I have some flour. I will leave all the measurement and the ingredients I'm using today in the description box below. I'm gonna add some salt and I'm gonna go in there with some water, just like when we're kneading dough for bread or roti. So I want to mix my salt up into the flour. We're gonna add our water and I'm using room temperature water. And we're just kneading this to a firm dough. So just like that, our dough is finished without any baking powder, just a pinch of salt. And I will leave this dough now to rest for 30 minutes and then I'll come back to it. So my dough is raising up nicely, but I want to go in and I want to knead it back some more. I already cleaned my counter and I'm gonna knead this dough some more and then we'll leave it to rest again for another half an hour to an hour. So after giving the dough a nice kneading again, I'm gonna cover it back and leave it, and then I will start working on my filling for the dumpling. So for my filling, I'm going to be using a piece of ginger. I have green onions, regular onion, a piece of cabbage. I have some carrots, of course, some cilantro, and I'm going to be using some cremini mushroom. It have that nice meaty texture and it will give us a beautiful flavor and texture for our dumpling. I'm also using some red wine vinegar, sesame seed oil, and some mushroom soy sauce. First, we're gonna start with chopping our green onions. And for this recipe, you want all the ingredients to be finely chopped. So I'm gonna go in as fine as I can. Just like this. Look at that. Super fine, and I will show you why. So now I'm gonna go ahead and chop up my cabbage. Let me just remove these two top leaf, and we want to go as finely as we can. I already washed the cabbage, and as finely as we can. Like this, and then you can pass your knife back through the cabbage just to make it very fine. Next, I'm gonna go in and finely chop my cilantro. And cilantro have a unique flavor, a nice lime flavor that really complements the dumpling well, and any dish that you add it to. It helps to remove heavy metal from our body and have very good health benefits. I've been consuming this every day in my cooking and I really enjoy the flavor of the cilantro. So nice and fine like this. It's always on my shopping list. I go through a lot of it every week. It smells beautiful too. Onion, I'll do the same thing, finely chopped. And we all know that our fresh herbs and ingredients have some of the most richest nutrients and benefits for us. So they are beautiful to consume in our cooking on a daily basis. So now that I grate my carrots, I'm gonna go in and pass my knife back through it just to cut it up a little bit more. So this is gonna be a beautiful dumpling with nice colors, crunches, vegetables, and meat. That's the way we like ours. So this is good. So next I'm gonna go in and finely chop my mushroom. And I've been using a lot of mushroom these days for the winter weather. And I mentioned more than once that the mushroom is very, very rich in vitamin D and really good to consume in winter. And the texture is just like chicken. So for all my vegetarian friends, this is something that you can substitute for meat and will still enjoy a beautiful flavor. It's also protein, so amazing. It does more than one miracle for us. So I'm gonna go in and keep chopping these very finely until I complete all of it. So I have a pan here with some warm water. I'm gonna add some salt. I'm gonna go in and add some black pepper. And I will take my chicken that I'm using for the dumpling, and I'm using some chicken thighs, skinless, boneless, and just steam it out in this salted black pepper water because we want all the raw taste from the chicken to steam out before I make my dumpling. And you'll know exactly when this is ready. It's gonna have a different color. So my chicken is steaming up nicely. You can see that they shrink a little, and that's all good. I'm gonna flip them on the other side. And we're gonna let them cook on the other side for a few minutes before we remove them from the pan. So I'm satisfied with the way the chicken has steamed out. I'm gonna remove them from the water and let it sit to cool down before I start doing my dumpling filling. So for today's soup, it's gonna be a light soup to complement our chicken dumpling. I'm gonna be adding some mushrooms. I already cleaned them up and I'm using cremini mushrooms. I find that they're much firmer and have a very nice texture. I'm using 2 small carrots, 1 sweet potato, 2 green bananas. I'm gonna use a bunch of baby bok choy. This goes really well with a chicken dumpling. And I'm gonna go in there with about 1/4 of a cabbage, and this is gonna add so much flavor. So today we're adding vegetables and provision into the soup along with our chicken dumpling. So it's gonna be a nice, mild, rich one that's so beautiful to complement a cold winter day. So first of all, we're gonna go in and peel our sweet potato. I'm using the back home sweet potato. You can use any one of your choice. So I just washed the potato and I'm gonna cut it into small pieces because I want it to cook fast and I want it to really boil tender for the soup. So I'm gonna go in about this size here. Nice cubes. For the green banana, I normally cut the 2 ends and cut it back into small pieces because it's a little bit harder to peel than the green plantain, and it have like a milky substance that comes out that's very, very sticky and stains your hand, can stain your cutting board and any fabric that it get onto. So I just added a piece of parchment paper on my cutting board to avoid that stickiness after. And I'm gonna make sure that I get all the skin out. But green banana is very, very rich in nutrients for us. So I usually cut them back like this. And these cook very quickly. And they have a beautiful flavor in the soup. So we're gonna thinly slice our carrots for this soup. You can grate the carrot as well, or you can chop them any shape or form. But I want these to cook quickly, so I'm gonna thinly slice them. Next, I'm gonna thinly slice my mushroom. And this is what we're gonna add to our soup. So mushroom is in our dumplings and mushroom will be in our soup. Pretty much the same things I'm adding to the dumpling, I will be adding them to the soup. So I'm gonna cut my cabbage here into nice pieces, not too small. Cabbage really cook quickly, about this big, roughly, doesn't matter what shape or size. And once you add them to the soup, they're gonna leaf out like this. And that's what we're looking for. Cabbage really adds a sweetness to soup, and it's very, very rich in good nutrients for us as well. Cabbage is very helpful to our liver. It's a liver cleanser. And the more we eat our vegetables, the more good they will do for our bodies. So with our baby bok choy, I already washed them. What I'm gonna do, I wanna keep them whole, but I also want them to have flavors. So I'm just gonna cut them back in half like this. And I'll steam cook them in our soup. These, oh my gosh, these are so delicious. These are so beneficial, and these are amazing in soups. So now that I finished chopping up all the provision and vegetable for the soup, these are my other ingredients that I'm gonna be adding. Of course, some fine thyme, a piece of ginger, a combination of purple and regular onion, some cilantro and some green onions. Of course, I'll be adding some salt and black pepper and all that stuff. But look here, look how beautiful here all the chopped up ingredients are looking. My bok choy, my cabbage, everything nice and fresh for the soup. So to start preparing the liquid for the soup, I just added my onions to the pot with just a little tiny bit of coconut oil. Any oil can work, but I just want to saute the onions so they can develop a beautiful flavor before we add our liquid to the pot. I'm gonna go in with my mushrooms, and I just want to saute them to open up some flavor, just for a little, not for a long period of time. We're gonna mix this in with the onions. So I just added about a cup and a half of chicken stock. You can add vegetable stock or any kind of stock of your choice. I'm gonna go in with my ginger, and we will add our thyme. I'm gonna go in and add about half the amount of my green onions, and we'll go in now and add some salt. Black pepper. So we're gonna go in now with our sweet potatoes, green bananas, and our carrots at this point. And I'm gonna add some more water. I just wanna give it a little mix. And it's looking nice and smells so good with that ginger in there. I'm gonna add some more water. So I'm gonna go in with some tomato paste, and this is gonna add a beautiful color. It's gonna add some flavor, and it will help our soup liquid to shine. Now I'm gonna go in with my green peas. And I will add my cabbage at this point. And then we'll give this a nice mix. I love that smell that I'm getting here. And then I will go ahead and start putting our dumplings now. And that is the fun part of it. And then we'll drop those babies in here and let them cook until they're nice and ready for us to dig in. So after steaming my chicken, now it's cold and I am putting them into my NutriBullet. I'm just mincing the chicken to add to our dumpling because we don't want the filling to be too bumpy. So I did one set here. It's nice and really fine. So I'm gonna go in and show you a set that I'm working on. I have the chicken pieces in here. So now that I finish mincing my chicken, look how nice it is. I will go ahead and add a little bit of salt because I know I have some salt in there already, but because of all the ingredients I'm going to be adding, we just have to top it up a little. So we're going to go in here with all these beautiful ingredients. We're going to mix all that into the ground chicken. And the cabbage will add some texture. The carrot would add some sweetness. And we have enough ingredients here to make a beautiful filling. And the ginger just enhance everything right now at the moment. Now I'm gonna go in here with my mushroom soy sauce just to add some flavor and color to the filling. I'm gonna go in with my sesame seed oil. And this is the Asian flavor we're adding. I'm gonna go in with my red wine vinegar. Everything smells so nice. And I'm gonna add some red chili powder. Smells so good, right? So now let's get started with filling out our dumplings. I have my dough here nice and soft. It's been really resting for a while now. I'm gonna make a nice long log. And our soup is coming along nicely on the stove. I'm so excited. I love to try new things and different culture food. So we're gonna go in and we'll cut pieces of the dough like this. Not very big, nice and small ones. So we're gonna nicely flatten these like when we're making roti. And we wanna go a little bit thinner so we have enough room to work with this dumpling. And the thinner we make them, the faster they're gonna cook. Like this. And the fun part begin. I'm gonna start filling my dumplings now. So now I'm gonna add the filling on one side of the dumpling. We have a lot of filling, so we're gonna go in with a generous amount. And then we will fold the other side over here, like that. And you just wanna make sure that you are sealing the edges. You can make them into beautiful patterns and shapes. I'm gonna go simple. Or you can make it like a nice big ball. I'm gonna do one like that. And this right here is one of our dumplings. So make sure you pinch the edges well so they don't open up while they're cooking.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm gonna do one a different way. Hubby is requesting me to do one this way, and I think I'm gonna do the rest like that because I like his idea. So he said to do them like that. We have to make sure that our ends are properly squeezed in, and he would like to have his like this. And I think this is cool because he said when it's done, it's easy to cut into it, and I totally agree with him on that. So I'm gonna make sure I pinch them in well, and then I'll continue to work with the rest. So here are my chicken dumplings, and do you guys know what time it is? It is time to put them in our soup. I'm gonna add in all my ingredients now and my bok choy and let everything cook now until it is done. These look beautiful. So our soup is looking perfectly nice. I'm gonna go in now and we're gonna add our dumpling in there. Our beautiful chicken dumpling. That one for Natalie. Dad. Jessica. Matthew. Me. Riza. Sister Donna. Sister Shenna. Sister V. We're gonna give this a mix. Sister Sharmila. Vic. And all my other friends that I can't remember all the names right now. I have you covered as well. We have dumplings for everyone. So we're gonna cover it down, leave it on medium heat until the dumplings are nicely done. And I will know when it's done because they're gonna start floating. They need about 10 minutes to cook. Regular dumpling, I'll say less, but these ones have filling. I'm gonna go in now and add the rest of my ingredients. So this soup is cooking with flavor from beginning to end. And I'm gonna go in with my bok choy at this moment. So our soup is looking wonderful. The dumplings are swelling up nicely, and now they want to jump out of my pot. Look at that. So I'm gonna turn my stove off now, and we will serve up the favorite part of it all. I have 2 people already lined up with their bowl here for this dumpling because they love this dumpling. So here is my beautiful chicken dumpling soup with bok choy, my green banana, and all the other little trimmings. It is looking spectacular, and my kids are eating in the background. Guys, how is it?
Really so good.
It's good.
See? So I'm gonna dig in here right now and let you all know how this beautiful looking soup tastes. So now it's time to taste that liquid. Look at a beautiful looking liquid. I have the color of the mushroom, and I'm gonna go in for a piece of there is mushroom here and green banana. The first mouthful always goes to the viewers. It is piping hot, so wow, it's so delicious. The sauce is amazing and warm, and I have a sweetness from that cabbage. Let me see here. I have my bok choy. And I know my husband will enjoy the soup because they have all his favorite parts in there. I'm gonna add piece of the sweet potato. I have my knife because I want to cut into the dumpling for you to see. There you go. So nice and hearty. Very light soup and have so much flavor. So I'm gonna go in for the dumpling now and let me cut this one right here and let you see how this dumpling look on the inside. It's nice and soft, and let's see here. Ooh, all the filling is coming out from this one. Let's cut the big one. My eyes are always going for those big dumplings, and we're gonna cut open to this one here. Look at that. Look at the filling in here. Beautiful, beautiful. And when you get some of that sauce in there, oh my goodness. So big shout out to Sister Donna. I know you're gonna like this soup, chicken dumpling soup, and that sesame oil and that soy sauce. I'm getting it as soon as I open this dumpling. Cheers, guys. The ginger in there, wow, is amazing. That liquid from the inside with the filling and the ginger and all that sesame oil and everything is just satisfying. So I'm gonna sit down and enjoy this soup with my family. I hope you like our version of the chicken dumpling soup. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel and you haven't subscribed yet, we hope you will consider subscribing soon. Until then, we want to say stay blessed, stay safe. We love you all. Bye for now.